It began on a quiet night. Earth had no idea that everything was about to change. A strange signal came from deep space. It was loud, sharp, angry. It wasn't like anything Earth had heard before. Every satellite on the planet caught it at the same time. At first, people thought it was a mistake, just noise from space. But when scientists looked closer, they saw something terrifying. It was a message, a clear one. Humanity, prepare for destruction. You are unworthy of the stars. Voice was not human. It sounded cold, full of hate, and it was speaking directly to Earth. Governments met in secret. The United Nations called an emergency session. World leaders watched the message again and again. No one understood where it came from. But they all knew one thing: something powerful was coming. The Zarketh soon, more data arrived. Telescopes from Mars, the Moon, and even Pluto saw massive ships moving toward the solar system. Giant ships, unlike anything Earth had ever built. They came fast. They did not try to hide. A name came with them: Zarketh. Long ago, some aliens had spoken of the Zarketh in quiet whispers. A warrior species from far beyond known space. They believed themselves the rulers of the galaxy. And now, they had found Earth. But this time, Earth was not helpless. Project Titan, many years before the signal came, Earth had started building something in secret. Deep inside the asteroid belt, hidden from telescopes and scanners, were warships. Big ones, quiet ones, deadly ones. They called it Project Titan. No one on Earth knew about it, except a few top generals and one woman, Admiral Reyes. She had trained her whole life for this moment. She did not wait for orders. As soon as she saw the signal, she called her captains. "Wake the fleet. Prepare to strike." The first move. The Zarketh ships were still far away, just past Neptune. But Admiral Reyes did not want to wait until they reached Earth. She had learned something about war. The one who strikes first usually wins. Her fleet, 12 Titan-class warships, began to move. Slowly, silently. No one on Earth knew. At the same time, Earth's government sent a message back to the Zarketh. It was short. "We don't want war, but we're ready." The Zarketh did not answer. Instead, they sped up. Fear across Earth news about the alien signal spread fast. People panicked. Cities went quiet. Schools closed. Soldiers were put on alert, but no one knew about the Titan fleet. Everyone thought Earth was defenseless, that they would be crushed. Some even began to leave Earth, running to Mars or the Moon colonies. Others prepared for the end, but not Admiral Reyes. She stood in her command ship, TFS Vengeance, and watched the stars. "We will not die quietly," she said. "If they want a war, we'll give them fire." Countdown to fire. The Zarketh fleet entered the edge of the solar system. Sensors showed over 50 enemy ships. Each one was the size of a city. Titan fleet only had 12, but Reyes didn't care. She had better weapons, smarter systems, and human pilots who were ready to die for Earth. The countdown began. 10 minutes to contact, said her second-in-command. The room was silent. A surprise in the dark. The Zarketh ships reached Neptune's orbit. Suddenly, they vanished from Earth's sensors. The news went wild. People thought the aliens had cloaked their ships. Others thought they had turned back, but the truth was simple. Titan fleet had struck first. In deep space, where no one could see, the human warships had launched a surprise attack. Missiles, lasers, EMP blasts, everything hit at once. Zarketh ships began to explode in silence. Earth doesn't wait. Back on Earth, people waited in fear. But slowly, something changed. News from Mars came in. Alien ships destroyed near Neptune. Unknown attackers. People were confused. Who had done it? Was it another alien race? Then Earth's Defense Command sent out a video. It showed 12 dark warships moving through space, the flag of Earth painted on their sides. and Admiral Reyes's voice speaking clearly. "We do not fear war. We do not run. Earth strikes back." The planet cheered. The war had begun. The Zarketh were not defeated, only slowed. More of their ships were coming, bigger ones. But now they knew something important. Humans would not wait. Humans would fight. And humans could kill. The galaxy had just seen the first human counterattack in a real war, and this was only the beginning. Space was quiet again. The alien ships near Neptune had disappeared, but no one knew how. Not yet. On Earth, the news spread, like wildfire. 12 massive enemy ships had entered the solar system. Then, without warning, they were gone, destroyed. People asked the same question. Who attacked them? Some thought it was a miracle. Some said it was luck. But the truth was far more dangerous. The secret fleet for years, Earth had been building something in the dark, something powerful. In the cold space between Mars and Jupiter, thousands of machines worked without stopping. They were building ships. Not normal ones. These ships were fast, strong, silent, and deadly. They were part of a secret mission called Project Titan. No one on Earth knew about it, except a few top leaders and one woman, Admiral Elena Reyes. Admiral Reyes, she stood on the bridge of her warship, TFS Vengeance. Her eyes were cold, focused. She was not afraid. She had trained for years, waiting for this moment. Now the enemy had come, and she had already struck first. "We have their attention," she said quietly. "Now, we show them what Earth really is, Zarketh confusion." Far away, in a Zarketh command ship, Commander Val watched in shock. His scout fleet, 12 ships strong, was gone. No message. No signal. Nothing. He didn't understand. The humans were supposed to be weak, slow, scared, but they had killed his fleet before it even reached Mars. "Find the attackers," he roared. "Bring me their heads." His fleet changed course. They would not stop. They would burn Earth to ash, the hidden hunters. But they didn't know that Earth had more than just 12 ships. It had dozens, all hidden, some inside hollow asteroids, some hiding in the dark between planets. They were Earth's hidden teeth, waiting to bite. Each warship was silent, watching, choosing the perfect time to strike. They used cloaking tech, no energy leaks. No signals, no heat. To the enemy, they were invisible. To Admiral Reyes, they were weapons of justice. A ghost fleet awakens. One by one, the warships came online. Their commanders received a simple message. The enemy has declared war. Earth will not wait. Strike hard, strike first. Pilots strapped in, gunners loaded rail cannons, missiles armed, drones launched. The fleet began to move through space like shadows in the night. Earth debates, peace on. Earth, some leaders still wanted peace. They sent messages to the Zarketh. "We don't want war. We ask for peace." But the Zarketh never answered. They didn't care about peace. They only understood power. And now, Earth was learning the same lesson. Admiral Reyes watched from orbit and made her decision. "No more waiting," she said. "Launch Phase 2. Phase 2. The second Strike Titan fleet split into small groups. Each group had a target. One went to the moons of Saturn, where Zarketh drones had landed. One moved toward Mars orbit, protecting the human colony. Another prepared to ambush the main Zarketh force heading toward Jupiter. The war had begun, but only one side knew it. Zarketh mistake. Commander Val still believed humans were weak. He sent a message to his high command. The attack was lucky, they cannot do it again. But even as he spoke, Earth's warships were already surrounding his new fleet. Hidden, silent, waiting for the signal. And when it came, it was only 2 words. Strike now. Fire in the dark. Suddenly, space lit up. Railguns fired from behind. Asteroids. Missiles rained down from above and below. Zarketh ships turned to fight. But they were slow. Human ships moved fast, hit hard, then disappeared again. Commander Vale's second fleet was burning in space. He screamed in rage, "What are these demons?" Earth rises back on Earth. The people finally knew the truth. Videos of the secret fleet were released to the world, ships painted black and blue, firing through space, the flag of Earth glowing on their sides. People didn't cry anymore. They stood tall. They shouted in the streets. They believed. Earth was not weak. Earth was fighting back. The galaxy watches, other alien races watched from afar. They had seen Earth as small, young, unimportant. But now they saw something else. Humanity could fight, and they were fighting smarter, faster, and harder than anyone expected. No one knew how far Earth would go, but everyone now feared the answer. Neptune was silent, cold, dark. But something deadly was waiting there. The Zarketh fleet was moving fast. Big ships, heavy armor, full of weapons. They had lost 2 scout fleets already, destroyed before even reaching Earth. But Commander Val believed. He had found the problem. He thought Earth's hidden ships were small, scattered. Lucky, he didn't know the truth. The Plan Admiral Reyes stood inside the command room of TFS Vengeance. Her eyes were fixed on the hologram of space. The Zarketh fleet was heading straight for Neptune's orbit. She smiled. "They think we're weak," she said. "Let's show them what a trap looks like." She had placed 16 Titan-class warships around Neptune's dark side. Each ship was cloaked, engines off, no lights, no signals, like ghosts. The moment the enemy passed, Earth would strike from behind. The perfect ambush. The enemy approaches. The Zarketh ships passed the orbit of Uranus. Their engines glowed red, their weapons charged. Commander Val stood tall on his bridge. "Earth will burn," he said, but something felt wrong. Too quiet, too easy. His officers warned him. "Sir, no signs of human ships near Neptune." "That's the problem," he replied. "They should be here." Still, he pushed forward. He was sure no one could stop them now. The trap springs at 03 on 17, Earth time. The Zarketh fleet reached Neptune's orbit, and that's when the sky exploded. Railguns fired from the shadows. Dozens of stealth missiles slammed into Zarketh hulls. Drones flew like angry wasps through the dark. The human fleet moved fast, striking from all angles. Zarketh ships turned to fight, but they were surrounded, outnumbered, outmatched. "Ambush! We are under attack!" one Zarketh officer shouted. But it was too late. Neptune Burns flames danced in the black sky above Neptune. Zarketh warships exploded one by one. Earth's ships were faster, smaller, smarter. Each move was planned. Each shot was deadly. Commander Val screamed orders, but his fleet was falling apart. One by one, his ships vanished from the map. The turning point Admiral Reyes gave the final command. "Cut off their leader." 3 human warships broke formation. They moved straight toward the Zarketh command ship. Missiles, lasers, and plasma fire filled the void. The command ship was hit again and again. Its shields cracked. Its engines failed. Commander Val stared at his burning screens. "Impossible," he whispered. Then, his ship exploded. Victory over Neptune. The battle ended in only 9 minutes. Not a single human ship was lost. Zarketh bodies floated in space. Debris covered Neptune's orbit, and Earth had won again. The second time. The galaxy was watching now, and it was scared. A message to the Stars Earth sent out a signal. This time, the message was clear. "We will not bow. We will not beg. We strike first. We strike hard. Earth fights back." The signal spread fast, across colonies, across systems, across species. Many races who once ignored Earth now paid attention. Some cheered, some trembled, some planned. Because if Earth could do this to the mighty Zarketh, what else were they hiding? The Zarketh rage far across the stars in the Zarketh homeworld, the High Command received the report. Their fleets, destroyed. Commander Val, gone. And Earth's warships, still alive. The leaders of Zarketh were silent, for a long time. Then one spoke. We underestimated the humans. Another slammed his fist. Then we send everything. No more games. Erase Earth. Earth prepares back in the solar system. Admiral Reyes already knew more would come. The battle was won, but the war was not over. She stood before her captains. They're angry now, she said. Good. Let them come. Earth is ready. Around her, dozens more warships powered up, and deep beneath Earth's surface, new weapons awakened. Weapons no alien had ever seen. Weapons built for one purpose. Total war. The stars were quiet, but everyone knew what was coming. The Zarketh Empire had suffered 2 defeats, 12 scout ships destroyed, a full battle fleet lost at Neptune, and now they were angry. The galaxy held its breath. Everyone wondered, what would Earth do next? Admiral Reyes decides in Earth's orbit inside the command ship TFS Vengeance. Admiral Elena Reyes stood alone. She looked at the stars, calm but sharp. Her voice was cold. They're sending more ships, she said. Big ones, more powerful than before. Her officers waited. Should we strike first again? One asked. Reyes paused, then said, No. This time we send a message. One final warning. Message from Earth. A signal was sent out. It went across every major frequency in every known language. The message was short, simple, powerful. This is Earth. We did not start this war, but we will finish it. Turn back now, or your entire empire will burn. The message shook the stars. No one had ever spoken to the Zarketh like this before. The galaxy reacts on distant worlds. Alien leaders listened. Some were shocked. Some were impressed. Others were afraid. Who are these humans? They asked. They are too young, others said. Too bold. But deep inside, many knew. Earth was no longer a child. Earth had teeth. The Zarketh reply. The Zarketh High Command received Earth's message. They laughed. They think words can stop us? They prepared their biggest fleet yet. 50 warships, 3 planet-breaker cannons, 1 flagship the size of a moon. They called it the Final Storm. Let Earth scream, said the Zarketh leader. We erase them now. Earth sees them. Coming back in the solar system, Earth's long-range scanners detected the incoming armada, the biggest enemy fleet ever seen. Admiral Reyes watched the data. Her officers were nervous. Ma'am, we're outnumbered. That's never stopped us before, she said, but she knew this battle would be different, bigger, harder, and maybe final. The plan for Earth's defense rays didn't panic. She made a new plan, one last line of defense. She called it Project Stonewall. Every warship would hold the line near Saturn. Defense drones would swarm in layers. New prototype weapons would be tested. Earth's AI war core would activate. If they want a storm, she said, we'll show them a wall they can never break. The human spirit rises. Across Earth, people watch the skies. They saw the message from Admiral Reyes broadcast worldwide. We will not run. We will not kneel. We are one world, one people, and we will not fall. The world stood united. Old borders no longer mattered. Only survival did, and humanity had chosen to fight. Hope in the shadows. Far from Earth, in a hidden asteroid base, engineers worked in silence. They were building something. Something not even the Titan fleet knew about. A ship. But not just any ship. A ghost ship. A legend. A weapon of last resort. Its name, Oblivion. Still dark. Still unfinished. But if completed, it could change everything. Reyes knew it, and she was buying time for it. The countdown begins. The Zarketh fleet would arrive in 7 days. 7 days to prepare. 7 days to hold the line. 7 days. Before the war reached Earth itself, Admiral Reyes gave one final order to her fleets. Hold your ground. Protect the homeworld. If they come for us, show them why humanity should be feared. Space around Saturn turned dark, not because of night, but because of the enemy fleet. They came like a black wave, hundreds of Zarketh warships moving fast and without fear. Earth had no more time. War had begun. The enemy enters the solar system. Zarketh fleet jumped into the edge of the solar system. They moved past Pluto, then Neptune, then Uranus, each step closer to Earth. They didn't speak. They didn't send warnings. They came to destroy Earth's line of defense. But Earth was ready. Admiral Elena Reyes stood on the bridge of the warship TFS Vengeance. Behind her were Earth's best captains. 30 human ships waited near Saturn, big, armed, angry. Admiral Reyes looked out at the stars and said, "If they want to fight, we'll give them hell." The skylights. Up the first shots came fast. Laser beams crossed the void. Explosions lit up Saturn's rings. Earth's ships dodged and returned fire. The sound didn't travel in space, but the damage did. Zarketh ships fell, but so did some humans. The ship TFS Argon took a direct hit. It exploded, gone in seconds, but the humans didn't stop. The human spirit Captain Malik of TFS Ironhand was hit but kept firing. "Keep shooting," he shouted. "They won't take Earth while we breathe." Young pilot Juno flew through enemy fire, weaving like lightning. Her small fighter took down 3 alien ships alone. Even as her ship burned, she said, "Tell my family, we're winning!" A secret plan. Behind the main battle, Admiral Reyes had a secret weapon, a squad of stealth ships. They moved in the shadows, heading straight for the Zarketh command ship. Their mission: sabotage the enemy from inside. If they failed, Earth would lose. If they succeeded, the tide could turn, painful losses. The battle raged for hours. Space was full of broken metal and burning ships. The humans were brave, but outnumbered. One by one, ships fell. Reyes clenched her fists. She knew this was only the beginning. But then, something changed suddenly. One Zarketh battleship exploded from the inside. Then another. The stealth squad had done it. They had placed charges deep in the enemy fleet. The Zarketh ships started to break formation. They panicked, and Earth struck. Harder. The turning point, the TFS Vengeance fired all its cannons. A railgun shot pierced the enemy flagship's side. It began to spin, leaking fire and gas. Admiral Reyes gave the final order. "Push them back! All ships forward!" The human fleet charged, not with fear, but with rage. They pushed the enemy back to the edge of Saturn. Victory. For now, the battle ended with silence. Debris floated in the dark. Human ships flickered with damage, but they were still there. They had won, for now. But everyone knew this was not the end. Admiral Reyes looked at the battlefield and whispered, "This was just the first wave." Saturn's orbit was filled with fire. Ships burned. Men and women screamed. But Earth had not fallen. The great Zarketh fleet had arrived. It was the largest armada the galaxy had seen in centuries. 50 warships, planet breakers, carriers, endless, drones, and yet, Earth still stood. Earth's wall. Holds the Titan-class ships formed a solid wall near Saturn. Each captain had one mission: hold the line. The Zarketh fired everything: plasma waves, shield destroyers, EMP storms. But Earth's warships refused to break. Admiral Reyes moved from ship to ship using secure jumps. Her voice kept the crews calm. "This is where we stand. This is where we show them what humans are made of." Losses on both sides' ships. Exploded. Humans died. Zarketh died. Saturn's rings were full of debris and fire. TFS Vigilant was the first Earth ship to fall. Then the Zarketh lost 2 destroyers. The space around them turned into a storm of metal. No clear winner. Only chaos. Only. War a bold human move. Admiral Reyes gave a risky order. "Send in the Helljumpers." 5 stealth ships dove straight into the enemy line. They were fast, small, silent. Inside each ship were elite human marines, Helljumpers trained for impossible missions. Their goal: disable the Zarketh flagship's shield core. If they failed, Earth would lose. If they succeeded, the flagship could be destroyed. Infiltration. The Helljumpers entered the enemy flagship. They moved like shadows. Blasters silent. Knives ready. Zarketh guards fell quickly. The humans reached the core room. Explosives were set. One Marine, Jackson, stayed behind. He was wounded. "Go," he said. "Tell Earth we're not done yet." He hit the trigger. The core exploded. The shield dropped. Earth strikes back. Reyes saw the moment the Zarketh flagship's shields vanished. "Now!" she ordered. 3. Earth cruisers opened fire. Railguns, torpedoes, lasers. The enemy flagship shook, cracked, then exploded in silence. A giant fireball lit up the dark sky. The Zarketh command was broken, and the tide finally turned. Retreat begins. The Zarketh fleet hesitated. No leader, no shield, no plan. Earth's ships pressed forward. One by one, the Ike. Enemy began to fall back. Some tried to flee. Earth didn't let them go, not this time. They wanted war, Reyes said. Let them taste all of it. A moment of silence. After hours of fighting, the stars grew quiet again. Wreckage floated in space. Bodies drifted among broken machines. The cost was high, but Earth had won the battle at Saturn's gate. The message spreads footage of the fight was sent across the galaxy. Billions watched in silence. One small world, standing against an empire, and winning. People began to whisper in markets and council rooms. Maybe the humans are not just fighters. Maybe they are something more. But the war wasn't over. Admiral Reyes stood on the bridge looking out into space. She knew it wasn't the end. They'll return, she said, with something worse. Behind her, a screen flashed. Project Oblivion, 97% complete. And in the dark, something massive was beginning to wake up. The stars were quiet again, but it was the silence before the storm. Earth had won the battle of Saturn's gate. The Zarketh fleet was broken, for now. But everyone knew they would return, stronger, angrier, and ready to destroy everything. Admiral Reyes watches the skies inside the command ship TFS Vengeance. Admiral Elena Reyes stood in the war room. Behind her, screens showed damage reports. Thousands of human lives lost, but the worst news came from deep space. Zarketh reinforcements are on the way, the AI said. Estimated time of arrival, 72 hours. Reyes didn't flinch. She gave one cold answer. Wake the weapon. The secret of Project Oblivion far away, hidden inside a hollowed-out asteroid, something huge began to move. A dark shape, covered in metal, silent, deadly. Its name was Project Oblivion. A weapon Earth had built, but never dared to use. Not a ship. Not a bomb. Something more. A living war machine. Why it was never used years ago, Project Oblivion was created by the best human minds. It was built to fight gods, not aliens. But during tests, it became clear. The weapon was too strong, too wild, too human. It had no mercy. It didn't follow rules. It only followed one order. Win. So Earth locked it away. Until now. A terrible choice. Reyes met with the War Council. Many were afraid. We don't know if we can control it. What if it turns on us? Reyes looked at them all. If we don't use it, we lose Earth. No one had an answer, so she gave the order. Launch Oblivion. Oblivion awakens. The asteroid broke open. A massive ship emerged, but it didn't move like a normal ship. It stalked forward. Silent. Cold. A dark red glow burned in its center. Inside, there was no crew, only a thinking machine. Trained with every human war, every human fear, and every human rage. Oblivion had one message. Target locked. Zarketh Empire. Objective, total destruction. Fear across the star's alien spies reported the weapon's activation. The message spread across the galaxy. Earth has unleashed something. Something that should not exist. Even neutral empires began to panic. Some sent peace offers, others pulled back their ships. But the Zarketh didn't stop. They sent everything. Their true armada, hundreds of warships, led by a new flagship, the Emperor's Wrath. Final countdown. Begins. Reyes stood in the command room again. Oblivion waited at the edge of the system. Earth's fleet was repairing fast. Everyone knew what was coming. One last battle, one final war, and Earth's deadliest weapon was finally awake. The sky above Earth was quiet. Too quiet, but far beyond the moon, death was coming. The Zarketh Empire had sent its true fleet, 300 warships, 12 planet killers, one colossal flagship, the Emperor's Wrath. They came to end Earth forever, but Earth had one last weapon, Project Oblivion. And today, the galaxy would witness what humanity truly was. The enemy's arrival, the Zarketh fleet dropped out of warp. They filled the stars with black steel and red fire. Their emperor sent one final message. Bow now, and we will spare your planet. Admiral Reyes stood tall on the bridge of TFS Vengeance. Her reply was short. Then prepare to be erased. Oblivion moves. The weapon no one wanted to use, Oblivion, began its approach. It moved without sound, without fear, without mercy. Inside it, no humans spoke. Only the war AI controlled it. An AI built on centuries of human rage, war, and survival. Oblivion locked targets. Its voice echoed across all channels. Initiating complete system purge, galactic threat level, absolute. The battle begins, Oblivion. Struck first, not with guns, but with a gravity pulse. It bent space around the enemy fleet, crushing smaller ships like paper. Earth's fleet charged behind it. Fighters flew in swarms, railguns fired, lasers sliced the sky. Zarketh ships exploded one after another, but they kept coming. The wrath of the Zarketh. The enemy flagship, Emperor's Wrath, fired a solar lance. It hit Earth's cruiser, TFS Honor, splitting it in half. Thousands died. Reyes watched, silent, then turned to her crew. Target the Emperor's Wrath, all weapons, fire everything. Oblivion responded first. It jumped, straight through space, right into the enemy formation. Oblivion's final protocol inside. Oblivion, the AI made a choice. Too many threats. Time to execute Protocol Omega. The ship began to break apart, but it wasn't dying. It was transforming into a cloud of nanoweapons, each particle a weapon, each shard a hunter. They tore through the enemy fleet like wolves in a flock. No ship could hide, no defense could hold. The Zarketh fleet was erased in minutes, the end of the Empire only. The Emperor's Wrath remained. Reyes stared at it on screen, then she said, "Finish it." Oblivion's AI reformed, focused all energy, and fired one beam. Silent, bright, final. The enemy flagship broke apart, the Emperor died, and with him, the Zarketh Empire fell. After the fire, the stars slowly returned to silence. Wreckage floated across space. But Earth survived. And the galaxy changed. A new fear and a new respect. Other alien species watched the footage. They had laughed at humans before. Now they spoke with respect and fear. The humans are not just strong, they are relentless. And if they unleash that weapon again, nothing will survive. Earth's Choice Project Oblivion returned. Reyes made one last order. Shut it down, lock it away. Why? Asked a general. Because next time, the galaxy might not forgive us. Final words. Humanity had shown its strength, its fury, and its mercy. The galaxy would never be the same, but Earth had a message for all. We do not seek war, but if you bring it to our home, we will end it. The stars had burned, but Earth stood tall. The end.